Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers.
Hey guys, it's Kayla. Today I am going to try to take you with me while I am door dashing. I just signed up for DoorDash Saturday, I think, either Friday night or Saturday night. I first tried it on Sunday. My boyfriend also signed up like 16 hours after me. For some reason, they let me start before I even received an activation kit, but they won't let him start until he receives a kit. But because of that, I think I currently have like a little bit of a different version of DoorDash, if that makes sense, because one of the things DoorDash gives you is like a red card, and you use that to swipe places if you need to pay, essentially. Like they put the money on the card, I'm pretty sure, like the customer, but they're having the DoorDash places where it's already like prepaid. So far it's been so good. So it's like lunchtime. I'm actually going to drive and grab a little lunch because usually I like eat lunch before, but I was like really
in the mood for like a taco, so
I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to attempt to bring you along on my third day of DoorDash. I'm getting Taco Bell. I don't know what I want yet. I think I'm just gonna get a taco, like a cheese grated crunch.
A few moments later.
So I was just going to get a taco, but then I was kind of indecisive because I'm like, is that enough food? So I'm gonna be doing this for a while. And then they're like, what else? And I was like,
okay, I gotta get one more thing.
so I got like a dollar menu like burrito. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's like Fritos burrito. So while I'm eating my Taco Bell, I'm gonna give a couple of like tips, I guess, that I've found so far. And like, again, you're probably gonna learn tips like while we're doing this, because it hasn't been very long. But this is just what I've noticed from like the beginning. So number one, it's kind of hard to know like what the app's gonna look like until you start. Like you can see like the main idea, like it's pretty self-explanatory how like, okay, I want to start dashing now. But once you start, it's a little hard to know what that's gonna look like. So I'll show you guys because I didn't know what to expect. And
When you arrive at the restaurant, grocery store, whatever, you're supposed to slide when you arrive there. And usually if it's food, when I went to Walmart, it didn't do this, but when I've gone to restaurants, it's like, okay, check when you pick it up. So you have to do it like a second time, and then you have to slide when you get to the house, once you've already like delivered it.
And I didn't realize that. We didn't see on the bottom you had to slide. It just said slide when arrived, so I thought it meant like when we get to the house, honestly. And then I made the connection once we were at the house. So I had to drive the whole way back to the store.
Which wasted a lot of time, and I was technically late, even though I'd already given the groceries to the house. And this was my very first one.
But yeah, make sure you're doing everything right. Don't speed. Like, something I've noticed is it'll tell you it's gonna be at a certain time done, but sometimes, I don't know if it's just been sitting there a while and people haven't been accepting it, it'll then say you have less, like, you have to get it there in less time than it is possible. It'll be like 5 minutes, but it's a 10-minute drive. If that happens, don't be afraid to like call or text the customer. You have that option. I do that a lot, and also for me, I guess I have no proof if this is true, but I feel like it shows that I have good customer service skills and might potentially give me a better tip or a better rating. And then another tip is, I'm at Taco Bell, but that's also because I am in like an area where there's like different restaurants and stores. I'm hopeful that if I start here, it saves more gas, and you're just like in the area with a lot of food.
So, yeah.
So I got another tip I just remembered. So keep track of your mileage and also keep track of how much you're making each day. You can do that in the app. I've just been taking screenshots, but for the miles, keep track of that. I've been writing it down. One, it's actually kind of good looking back and being like, wow, I've like
Improved the game.
But also, it's just like important because of taxes. So you just kind of have to be smart with it. When things pop up on the screen, don't press decline because that lowers your acceptance rate. But if you really don't want to do it, just let the timer count down, because that's what I've been doing. If it's something that's like 15-mile drive, $6, I'm like, what? No. Okay, I'm about to start. So I'm actually really lucky because I'm gonna get $1 extra for where I'm dashing, because it's called peak pay. I guess it means there's more deliveries at once. It'll give you like extra money depending on when that is, and it'll just show you like on the map. The map just looks like Apple Maps, I think. So I'm going to press dash now, and my end time I'm going to say 4. Dash now. And you gotta say, yes, I've charged my phone and I have enough gas. And you start dashing. So this is a perfect example. So I got an order for Blaze Pizza and it says it's gonna be $8 and there's like a countdown. I'm going to press accept because that sounds like a great deal. 6 miles, $8 for me at least. So let's start. Now that I've arrived to the pizza place, you have to press slide after arrival. So I've just arrived. And now it's going to say like what I'm picking up. So once I go in, I'm just gonna like grab the bag and then I'll check that off. So they took a little longer than expected, so this is gonna be quick, but basically all I'm gonna do now is check off the items to make sure they're there, and I can tell they are. And then I'm just gonna navigate to the house because it lets you do that through the app, which is awesome. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'll give you an update in a bit, I guess. So I just finished the delivery. I'm sure this is a really great angle of me right now, but I don't really want the customer like, oh gosh, the FedEx. Like, hold on.
A few moments later.
So what I was saying was I didn't really want the customer thinking I was like filming them. So yeah, it went well. I think I should have chosen one that was in the town I wanted to stay in, because now I'm going to drive back because I don't really want to do it in this town, just because it's not really the location I want or feel comfortable with, because I'm not really familiar with it, and it's kind of getting closer to the bigger part of the city where I live. But yeah, I made $8. It was only 5 miles, so like, good deal, good deal. Hey guys, so I just drove back from... Hey y'all, now it's 2:50. I've been DoorDashing for like 2 hours, like between 2.5, and I've made $37.75. So I'm hoping in the future that continues going up because I'm kind of learning as I'm doing this. For example, I think I'm gonna focus on staying in this area because I think I lose a lot of time and use a lot of gas by I go somewhere, but then I stay in that area and take an order that's based from that area, because then, if that makes sense, it takes me to like different towns, and the farther I get, the longer I have to take to drive back to where I'm staying. So I think it's just worth doing deliveries from nearby here, because then I'm honestly doing more in a shorter period of time and less mileage. That's gonna be my new goal. I'm not gonna do this for a lot longer because I'm still doing an online class and I do have some other things I need to do today, like I want to work out and stuff. Oh, I just got offered a delivery for 3 miles. I might take this one, but yeah. Hey guys, I'm back. So I'm going to tell you all about my day today DoorDashing as my second actual day doing it, third technically. But I'm going to tell you about my day today, what I learned today, and some tips I got from today for input for you if you're going to start DoorDashing or maybe if you already do it. Today I worked 3.5 hours and I made $57.54. I think that's pretty good. I mean, if you're thinking of it in terms of like how much per hour, it's more than minimum wages. I only did it for not that long, you know what I mean? I think this is a really good job for me since I'm currently doing a class and you get to make your own schedule. But I think I could have done better. I do. I think that if I would have chosen a different time, I would have made a lot more doing the same amount and maybe even driving less. The reason I say that is, for example, I got back to my house right around 4, and right when I got back at 4, they started doing a peak pay of $2 extra per delivery. I think that dinner time, personally, at least where I live, makes more money. Because here's the thing, the town I want to be doing it in is the town where I'm living this summer, and it's a really nice town, but it's not a huge community, I guess I'd say. So when I'm doing lunch, typically the places are kind of all over the area and I'm driving more. But at dinner, I think more people are just home for dinner, and also the orders are bigger because typically you're eating with your family. For lunch, I'm like getting 1 pizza for 1 person, so I'm not making as much. But if it's a delivery for like 4 people and we're getting Panera bread, I might make like $10 to drive 1.5 miles. When you're doing that, that's when it's really easy to do more than 1 delivery, because then let's say there's 2 Paneras, they live like 5 minutes from each other or less, then I'm making like $20 for 1 delivery, and I'm doing that in such a short amount of time. That's what I think I'm going to start doing. Even if I take a break to then eat my dinner and then go back to it, because I'm making extra money for the peak pay, more people are ordering, and the orders are typically bigger. My piece of advice is to maybe start later in the day, and if not, maybe just do it the most you can right at lunchtime. Try to get as much as you can, driving the least amount of time possible, because I was kind of doing it in a weird time. Like, I was kind of doing it after lunchtime. Like, who eats at like 2 o'clock, you know? So I was getting less orders. The orders are usually like for one person, and they're kind of far away. That's my biggest tip I learned from today. I know I've said a couple other tips throughout the video, but my biggest advice is don't be worried about being late. Like, if you think you're going to be late, just let your customer know. Just be upfront about it. And please don't like speed or something or like freak out, because life happens. It'll be okay. Instead of declining the offer, make sure to just let the countdown go down, because then it won't affect your acceptance rate. Be smart about the distance. If there's something that's $8 and you're going to be driving 10 miles, trust me, something that's going to be $8 and then going to be like 3 miles is going to come up, and you're going to feel kind of dumb about it. So please don't feel bad about it running out if it's an offer that really just doesn't make sense. Based on my experience, you will get ones that are $8 and you won't have to drive very much. And I always want to hit myself in the head when I just did an order for $6 and drove 6 miles, and then $6 order comes up for like 1 mile. I usually only do orders under $8 if it's really close, or if it's added to, like, for example, when I went to Chipotle today, there was another order, I think it was $7, and it was, you know, at the same restaurant, and it was right on the route to the other house, so it just made so much sense. You kind of need to be efficient with it, be a little business savvy, and also don't do what I did. Make sure you swipe when you arrive at the restaurant, and you'll be fine, honestly. Like, it's pretty similar to just picking up food at a restaurant when you go in. If you want to talk to the employees, they're usually very nice about it, but typically you can just go in and grab it from like the shelf if it's ready, or just wait for it. Another tip is you can get higher ratings, but sometimes people tip more after the delivery. If you want to like add some napkins, some utensils, maybe like some mints if the restaurants have it, add it to the bag. It's a nice little hello to who you're delivering to. And I always wave to the people when they come grab the food out and tell them to have a nice day. So work those customer service skills to get that money. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about anything in particular, feel free to comment down below. If you know me personally, you can message me, or you can follow me on Instagram at Pizza Passion. I'll link that below too. You can DM me anytime. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe to watch more videos from me.